Well, it's Friday, and I just got back from an incredible estate sale, one of the better ones so far this year. Everything's over here on the table except for the Coleman stuff in the back. That's from another day. But the Coleman lantern is, where do we go? There we go. That is from today. And the price on that one was almost too good to be true. But that set the tone for everything else in this house because, well, let's go through all this stuff here. I'll throw the comps up and we'll see how I did. So the first thing that caught my eye was obviously the Coleman lantern. Now, this was sitting in the garage, and when I was waiting in line to get in, I'm just staring this thing down because, well, I have to have it. So I made a beeline right to it, and I couldn't believe it was only $20 because this is an older model. I think it's mid to late 20s. I don't think the globe is original, although it is a Coleman globe, and it is a desirable globe. It'll fit some of the other lanterns that I have that are missing them. But I think this would have had a mica globe in it. I'm not 100% sure. I do have to do a little bit more research on it, but either way, I am very happy to add this to my collection. And this past weekend, I went to an auction with all John Deere toys, toolboxes, mailboxes, all that sort of stuff, and a guy paid $280 for a John Deere toolbox. So I was very happy to pay the $27. Now, when I open this up, there is cardboard here, which is from the original box. So the guy cut the box open, laid the cardboard down inside so he wouldn't scratch the tray. But there are some John Deere parts in here that if I can't use them on my own tractor, we got a bunch of parts to list. And look, here is the bottom, or another piece of the box lining the bottom of the toolbox. Now, I did look up a comp when I was at the house from some auction company, and it said it was like $1,000. Now, I don't think that's true, so I did go onto eBay afterwards, and I found one that sold for, I think, $174. So there's definitely some more research that's got to be done into this toolbox. So the bag of stuff, and boy, am I thankful that I brought this bag because I filled it up pretty quick. This is a Matuyo 5C672. I immediately saw this logo and said, yep, got to have that. There was a Pittsburgh one right next to it for the same price of $4. I've got another one of these that I use all the time. Very handy tool. Look at this. It even came with a spare battery. Not too bad. Well worth the $4. It's crazy because some of the stuff here in this house was new. So here's a 60-watt MagSafe power adapter, MA538LL/B. And I want to say this is new. Yeah, this is all brand new too. So we've got a nice power adapter. I think that was $5. I can't remember. There's no price on it. It must have fallen off here in the bag. I don't know why I grabbed this. I thought this was a Drive Smart 55. So I don't think this one's going to be worth a whole lot. But it does have all the accessories. It was only $5, but it's a Garmin Drive 52. Not very exciting. What is this? Oh, this is like so this is a Garrett Pro Pointer AT. It was only $2. So if you're into metal detecting, what this does is you're using the big metal detector and you found something, and you dig it up and you still can't find it. This kind of pinpoints it. And it looks, usually you put these in the dirt, so it's always usually messed up. So this looks like it's never used. There's a battery in it, I think. Oh yeah. So, okay, so here's basically, it pinpoints any metal. Well, that's pretty cool that it's brand new. So $2 for that, not a bad deal at all. There was another one in here that was a different model. Let's go digging through some more. So there is not a gear light in here. And I'll show you why, the reason I looked to see what flashlight's in there. So I saw this. This is a 12-pack of Surefire batteries. I don't know, are these rechargeable or are these lithium hydrogen devices? So, I mean, I'm guessing those are all brand new for $5. So once I saw the Surefire logo, I started digging into the flashlights here, and this was $4. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this out one-handed. And inside is a Surefire Z2 combat light. So we've got one Surefire light, a Z2 combat. We've got the batteries. And then found another gear light pouch. And inside this pouch is a Surefire E2 Executive. Very light, no batteries in it right now, which is a good thing. I'm glad this guy didn't put the batteries in it. But $4 a piece for those. There's 2 of these in here, these little LED lights. But I grabbed it for $5 because I usually keep some of these in all the vehicles in case you're picking through a dingy basement. You're going to want to have some lights. A really scratched Canon PowerShot SD 630. That is rough. Is there a battery in it? There is a battery in it. All right, well, whatever. Not going to do this one-handed, but SD 630. The other things, I don't know, let's set you down quick. So there's a couple other, I always buy, let's see, how are we doing here? There we go. I always buy these little toolboxes, these little cabinets. These were full, which made things very heavy. Oh, boy. But if these are clean, they can go for some really good money. And I keep a lot of these too because they're just really neat to have for parts. Now I have another thing that I usually just, if there's nothing good in these, which this doesn't really look like there's going to be much anything good. Maybe some nice chisels that I can use or some punches. So what I'll typically do is I have another toolbox that I just dump everything in. All the nuts and bolts that I don't use. Yeah, I don't think anything exciting is going to be in here. But I use these, I have a couple of them over here in my pile of stuff that I use all the time. And then these are, well, I don't know, these might get added to it. I'm not 100% sure yet. They're a little rough, but if they're worth a lot of money, well, they might have to hit the road. Okay, so, all right, we're getting to the end here. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you. There's a lot here. So oh boy, I keep these things too. And this one is a little special. Because usually you find these, there's nothing really to them. This says Vitra. And you can see, a little tough to make out, but it is signed. And I absolutely love these things. Every time I find them, I keep them. And this one's going to go into the collection. There's actually another one here too, but I think this one's going to be the one that's worth the most out of the two. You can always use a set of pullers. This is a 2-arm gear puller, Craftsman, for only $9. I do have quite a few pullers, so if this is worth a good amount of money, we're going to send that one on its way as I drop it. Okay, so there are some things missing. Oh, no, there isn't. I remember. Here we go. So, I don't know. Is this a legitimate Swiss Army knife, or is this some sort of bootleg? I don't know. But it looked cool for $5, so I grabbed it. And then for either 2 or 1, I got this little leather Victronics holster for it. I ended up grabbing a whole pile of these stereo view cards for $30. Another worthless VHS tape for my collection, only because it's sealed. Oh, here we go. This is so same thing as the Garrett, the Pro Pointer there. This is an older White's model. So this is like another metal detector pinpointer thing. I think this is only a couple bucks. I couldn't find an actual metal detector in there, which is unfortunate. Here's the other paperweight. It's got a couple fish inside, but there's this one's not signed. So not going to bring as much as the other one, but for $5, to me, it's worth it. So I've been looking for these forever. These are Dorothy Thorpe. They call them like roly-poly, like whiskey glasses or whatever. There's a full set of 6 for only, let's see, $4 for the set. These used to go for a lot of money. They've since come down in price, but very happy to get those. Another thing that we're going to keep. And then these little guys, this was $8, 11 piece. I think I told the guy $11. So whatever. Paid a little bit more for them. I think they are silver. I've got to get in there and take a look. But they feel like silver, if that makes sense. So if they are, and if I could figure out what they are, I'll put comps up on the screen. And we'll see. Well, we'll see if they're worth any money. And then lastly, I grabbed this little guy. He's missing the power cable, but it's a digital microscope that I can use for, like, I can move it up a little bit and use it for like soldering small things. They only wanted $12 for that. I don't think it's a very good one, but for $12, you know, I just grabbed it. So not too bad of a day. Pretty excited about this lantern here. I cannot wait to get this cleaned up and added to the collection with the rest of them. But that's going to be it for this video. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.